Thanks very much. Great to be here today with all of you. It's my first time at the summit, but keen viewer of YouTube history of previous events. Really enjoying today. Good mix of policy and practical, and want to do the same on the catalog. Why we have this product in the market, how we developed it, how you could use it, and I think most importantly, how we're working with local governments to reduce friction in the process to get these to permit, right? Which is the real opportunity here. So gentle density, so let's think about that ground-oriented space, really has seen its moment the last couple of years. And I know we've had folks here talking about the uptick in Toronto. That extends in Vancouver and Edmonton and cities that moved early to unlock gentle density. We're seeing permits and starts come through at a national level. The Housing Accelerator Fund, which I help support with our municipal relations team, has been a big part of that. Expect that to continue. And our colleagues from the data side at CMHC are reporting more on this part of the market, so stay tuned on that. For the catalog, just in a nutshell, our goal is to work with local governments on that as-of-right zoning and development approval box for standardized designs, in particular these catalog designs, to have consistent building code reviews with HJs. Not an easy thing to accomplish, but we spend a great deal of time with CBOs on this, and opportunities to repeat across municipal and regional boundaries. A little bit about our evolution. CMHC had our post-war catalog. Really was a single family built form. You'll see these in neighborhoods across the country. The Yellow Belt image we saw from Toronto planning earlier is full of these designs. I actually live in one of these in Ottawa. And today we're shifting into gentle density from that previous built form. So we have 50 designs across the country in 7 regions. So there's 7 for Ontario. Jana's firm, LGA, was our national lead consultant and also the architect for the Ontario design. So for users here, look at the Ontario ones. You'll find 2 accessory dwelling units. These are all detached, a 1-story accessible unit and a 2-story, which I'm going to feature in a second. We have rows and towns. These are intended to be repeated side by side. In Ontario, these are stacked town concepts with one bed ground floor unit and a family size upper that can go side by side. And then we have 4plexes and 6plexes, and typically the way we've approached this is to have a 4plex for a narrower lot and a 4plex for a wider lot in each region. So what's included? If you haven't had a chance to take a look, and I really encourage you to, we have a ton of resources on the catalog. So we have and we were in the market with the technical packages in October, so it hasn't been that long. But our full drawings in PDF, CAD, and BIM, these are all available for free to download. We have energy modeling, templates, guidance, user guide. We have a climate resilience guide, which is really about siting, material selection, cost estimation, which I'll speak about in a second, and we're going to be releasing regional site design examples to help conceptualize how you take these siteless structures and put them on typical lots in a variety of contexts. And of course, I'm speaking to an audience that's really thinking about Toronto. For Ontario, this is an Ontario product, and so we're thinking not just about the city of Toronto. We're thinking about Mississauga, Guelph, London, all across the province for these designs. And we have a dedicated website. If you haven't checked out, our design page has an ability to filter by typology, accessibility, and region. Okay, so on financial feasibility, I did want to underscore a couple of points. So we have Class B construction cost estimates for these standardized designs. This is for the site list design. We worked with a QP to develop this and did some builder validation here in Toronto for the Ontario set. It includes a high and low end of costing to be conservative. Consider these as one-off use case of the catalog. I'm pretty confident if folks were to repeat these designs over time, sort of like our builder presentation before, you could achieve a lower cost per square foot. The whole point of standardized plans and designs is to repeat these and as many times as possible without adding wings and changing the structure and redesigning. And so that's sort of our thesis. Find opportunities to use these standardized designs for one-off lots where you don't have an existing plan in-house. Maybe you have a new opportunity to pursue 4plexes in a part of the city that you're not looking at yet. Maybe you're interested in looking across municipal boundaries. And so you could take one of our designs, use it in the city of Toronto, use it in Mississauga, use it in Ajax, and use it elsewhere where we have municipal partners in place. And on prefab and off-site, for sure, our designs were intentionally for stick-built construction for mass applicability, but we are well aware of suppliers in the market who have tooled up to execute these designs using prefab components, and I'm quite confident that you could achieve additional cost savings that way. Just in terms of energy performance and adaptability, so we designed to NBC 2020 Tier 3. A lot of conversation today about meeting the potential MLI points. So I just want to underscore these are resolved packages that can help you get there. At a minimum for Tier 3, use of outboard insulation. LGA and the other firms did a great job with the quality of the design, and they could be modified to either go down to code minimum or higher based on your project needs. So this is really meant to be help you with that early starting point where you see a fit for the design features. And we also have a focus on accessible units wherever possible at the ground floor. Okay, so a couple of designs that we have from the Ontario Catalogue I just thought I'd feature just to make this a little bit more real. So we have a laneway suite here. This is a 3-bed upper floor plus a ground level living space with a carport. And this is intentionally designed for either access by a driveway or it could be flipped on a lane. And so this is something you could pair with another multiplex product. You could use with an existing home for sure, for a homeowner that wanted to add an ADU. And we intentionally focused on something that was a family size, higher square footage, and really maximize the volume that's allowed under the city's bylaw. So take a look at the ADU. We have fourplex 2, so we have a narrow 3-story fourplex and a wider 2-story fourplex. This design, you see on the right here, we have just a teaser for the site design examples that we'll be releasing. Works roughly on a 40-foot frontage with a lane, or it could work on a 50-foot frontage with a driveway. And so think about parts of the city and the outer wards. This would be a great candidate to pursue as a 4+1 with an ADU. Adding a basement. This is slab on grade, but could be modified to add a basement, particularly with slope, would work quite well. And then we have a 6-plex intentionally designed here, 11-meter frontage, and we're showing it here with the longer depth per the city's bylaw on a lane. And that's a 19-meter depth building. So how does this work? We spent a lot of time kind of debunking the process here. Might I say we, I mean me and Jana and all the other architects. These are near permit-ready designs. So we didn't have a site when they were produced, so we can't claim they're pre-approved, but we have worked very closely with chief building officials across the country on the designs, and the responsibility really is for end users to work with their QP to finalize for the kind of things that you see on the screen here. So zoning compliance for the specific site, parking and access, grading, drainage. We offer a prototypical foundation. We have mechanical options and selections from gas to air source heat pump to cold climate air source heat pump. So that aligns with a lot of the conversations today. And users, in a nutshell, download our designs for free, accept our terms and conditions. They take responsibility for working with the QP to prepare a derived design. So that's the final product ready for BP. This can save quite a bit of time at the outset of a project, particularly because we've been working with local governments to pre-review. So super quickly, if you download the package, you'll see a lot of red. These are holding assumptions from the architects to help end users make their modifications. So you have an example here of both combustible and non-combustible exterior wall assemblies. And on structure, we've used various assumptions. So these designs can work in various parts of the province, and we offer various mechanical options. Okay, so for local partners, this is where I spend a lot of time working with municipalities. We're asking as many local governments as possible on a voluntary basis to come forward and select designs, pre-review them as of right against their zoning, do a code review. Basically all the things you would do for your one-off submission, we're trying to take care of with these prototypical sets and then promote those to the public and streamline the process. So we have 30 municipalities that are currently partners, a little bit of a blowout here in the Southern Ontario. This list is growing pretty quickly, and so it's why I've really encouraged folks, think about the catalog as a resource, as a tool Think about it for sites where you don't have a plan already off the shelf. Think about it for opportunities to repeat designs across municipal boundaries. I know that that map will grow in the GTA and Southern Ontario in the coming months. And one last thing, I realize I'm at time, certified plans. So we work really, really closely with Toronto Building. If you're not aware, Toronto Building now has a certified plans program for infill typologies. So whether you're repeating a catalog design, your derived version of our design, or your own, if you want to repeat it and achieve the time and cost savings that goes with that, go certify it with Toronto Building. This really is a best practice. That's how we'll achieve the lower cost per square foot and faster approvals that I know we're all motivated to see and get more starts. This is a best practice we're highlighting with other municipalities. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Really encourage folks to take a look. I'll be here, happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks very much, Chris.